You didn't blow up your account in one bad trade. You blew it up trying to win the last one back.
That's the part nobody admits, right? The first loss is almost never the killer. It's small. It's survivable. It's what happens in the 10 minutes after that wrecks people.
Exactly. Because a blown account isn't a decision. It's a loop. And today we're going to trace that loop from the very first spark to the final margin call.
And the spark isn't greed, which is what everyone assumes. Greed is the lazy explanation. The real trigger is something far more human.
It's a feeling of unfairness. Let me set the scene. You take a clean trade. Good setup. Tight stop. The market taps your stop by a few ticks, then reverses and goes exactly where you thought.
Oh, that one. That specific pain. It's not the money. It's the injustice. You were right. The market just robbed you on a technicality.
And that word, robbed, is the whole problem. Because now your brain reframes the situation. This isn't a loss anymore. It's a debt. Something you're owed.
And you go collect. That's revenge trading in one sentence. You stop trading the market and start trading against the market, like it personally insulted you.
Here's what's sneaky though. It rarely feels like revenge in the moment. It feels reasonable. You tell yourself, I'll just take one more. Get back to flat. Then I'll stop.
Just one more. The four most expensive words in trading. Because that next trade isn't chosen for its quality. It's chosen for its speed. You need to get even, and you need it now.
So the standards drop. The setup you'd normally skip, you take. The size you'd normally never use, you double. Because a normal trade can't pay off a debt fast enough.
And this is where I want to introduce the mechanism underneath all of it. The thing that turns a bad hour into a blown account. It's called the break-even trap.
Break-even trap. Break it down for me, because I think most people don't realize they're stuck in it.
Okay. The break-even trap is the psychological need to exit at the exact price you entered. Not a profit. Not a small loss. That one specific number where you feel like nothing bad happened.
Because getting back to that number feels like undoing the mistake. Like it never occurred.
Right. And here's why it's a trap. A rational trader asks, is this a good trade right now? A trader chasing break-even asks a completely different question. Where's my entry price?
And those two questions pull in opposite directions. The market doesn't know or care what price you got in at. Your entry is meaningless to everyone except you.
So picture it. You're down. The trade goes further against you. A sane exit would be right here, take the small loss, live to fight tomorrow. But break-even is still up there, taunting you.
So you hold. You don't cut it. Because cutting it means admitting the loss is real. And you're still owed, remember?
Then the loss doubles. Now getting back to break-even requires an even bigger move. So you add size to speed it up. You average down. And you've just tied a bigger anchor to a sinking ship.
That's the loop closing on itself. Each attempt to get even makes the gap wider, which makes you more desperate, which makes the next attempt more reckless.
It's a feedback loop, not a mistake. That distinction matters. You can't fix a loop by trying harder or being smarter in the moment. The loop feeds on your effort.
Let me put a real texture on this. Trader takes a $50 loss. Annoying, fine. Feels cheated. Doubles up to win it back. Now down 200. Panic. Triples the size. Down 800.
And by trade 5, the $50 problem has become an $800 hole, and they're placing trades they can't even explain the reasoning for.
That's the horrifying part. If you showed them that final trade cold, on a normal day, they'd never take it. The loop makes a different person place it.
So how do you break it? Because willpower clearly isn't the answer if the loop eats willpower.
First, you kill the concept of break-even entirely. Your entry price is a number in your head, not a target the market has to respect. The only question is this a good trade now, with fresh eyes?
Second, you separate the loss from the injustice. Yes, that stop-out felt unfair. Unfair and correct can be the same thing. The market owes you nothing, and it never did.
And third, the practical one. A hard rule that fires before emotion does. A daily loss limit. 2 losses in a row, you're done for the session. No debate, no exceptions.
Because the rule has to exist before the pain arrives. You can't negotiate with yourself mid-loop. The calm version of you has to protect the desperate version.
So remember this. You will lose trades. That's not the danger. The danger is the story you tell yourself about the loss, and the debt you invent to justify chasing it.
Nobody gets wiped out by one bad trade. They get wiped out by refusing to accept it. Protect yourself from the loop, not just the loss.